Subscriber alert, subscriber alert! Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated A for awesome. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and you're welcome. Enjoy!
Oh yes. Let the games begin.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, so here we are. We're gonna do a little thing on my channel that I used to do. It's been a while. I'm just gonna be reviewing a bunch of action figures that I have never reviewed or never will review until now. The reason why I'm doing this is because we're taking a look at some vintage figures, some new figures, some custom figures, some figures that we may have looked at as well. I'm going to show you, just do a quick little review, 2-minute review of these figures, just knock them out the way, showcase some of the figures that I picked up, customize older figures, you know the deal, you know the gist of it. So we're going to go down the line. I'm going to show you this Marvel Select Sabretooth right here. He comes with the base. We'll go to the Rhino. We'll do some size comparisons with all these figures right here. Custom Batman right here. Classic Marvel Select Red Skull. We already took a look at these two Batmans previously when I did like a live. But we're going to take a look at them nonetheless. And then I have a custom Ice King over there as well. Alright guys, so if you guys are tuned in, like I said, we're just going to go down the line. So if you guys don't want to watch a specific review of an action figure, you can always change it up. But we're going to take a look at the Sabretooth real quick. Now, one of you guys mentioned when I brought this, when I showed this to you guys when I was doing a toy haul, one of you guys mentioned, hey, he has another left hand. he has two left hands, and you are right. This is a defective one I got for cheap. From a distance, you can't notice it, but yeah, right there, if you look at it, he does have two left hands. But I got him for cheap, and that's why I got him. I probably could have gotten him for another price, a decent price, but nonetheless, I still picked him up. The left hand didn't really bother me. It's not really that noticeable. I probably will get another left hand, switch it out, but for the time being, it is what it is. So there's Sabretooth. So we're just going to go through the quick articulation. Just head movement. This was like an older Marvel Select, but it still holds the test of time. His hands move in like that. You can even cover it up like that right there if you can. And just switch it around. See, you don't even notice he has two left hands. Really, really awesome looking Sabretooth. Articulation-wise, his legs just extend out that much. But he is a really sturdy, nice-looking Sabretooth, man. Probably one of the best-looking Sabretooth figures out there. Wrist swivel. He does have the ankle or knee pivot right there. Let me put him right here, guys. I'm going to show you the base because, honestly, I haven't even messed with the base yet. So, I haven't even taken it out of the package. I bought this loose off of Macari, and I knew it came with two left hands, so that's why I bought it. So it was a pretty decent, cheap price. So let's take that out, and I don't know what this is. I don't know this connects to something, but okay. So there's that, and then here is the base. This is the first time me and you are seeing this. So we'll take that out. So there's the base. I think it comes with everything, right? So it should just peg in to that like that. That's pretty much the base, and then this, I'm guessing, has to peg in to, I'm thinking that right there, but I'm not really for sure. Or maybe this way, or this way, or that way. And then this thing must peg into this right here. Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. We'll put Sabretooth on the base, see how well he stands. Okay. Nice. He stands nicely. Nicely on the base. There's Sabretooth on the base. Really awesome Sabretooth. One of my favorite characters, villains, whatever you want to call them. Nice looking base. There is Sabretooth, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at Rhino real quick. So, there is Rhino. There is Rhino right there. I took him off the card right there. There was an easier way to take him off the card, but I don't know. I'm probably not going to keep this card. It just takes up too much room. Awesome card, though. Love the big cards for the animated Spider-Man. So let's take a closer look at Rhino right here. And then there is one of his heads right there. Look at his neck. looks like Donald Trump's neck. I love the eyes for the Rhino, though. Really, really nicely done. Come on. Focus in, camera. You're really disappointing me right now. My camera's not focusing. He doesn't want to focus on the Rhino, on the big fat Rhino head. Anyways, let's take out the Rhino. He comes with some interchangeable hands. Look at that butt. There is the Rhino, looking really, really nice, man. There you guys can get a better look right there of the tusk. I was going to say horns, but I was trying to think of the name. I love that Rhino eye right there. Kind of creepy. Then there's the Rhino face. Head movement right there. Really dope, man. Really nice, man. It's awesome to have a Rhino in my collection. This is the first Rhino figure that I have ever owned, ever. He looks really great. Nice. Nothing much to him. He's just a Rhino. He's just a guy in a Rhino suit. There's his hoofs. I think that's what you call them, hoofs, right? I even like that. See, even in there, they even gave that a texture look as well. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Of course, it's just kind of a repaint of the previous Rhino figure, the Build-A-Figure Rhino. Was it the Build-A-Figure Rhino that we got? I love all these. Well, most of the animated Spider-Man figures. There's the swivels right there and the ball joints. Really nicely done, man. Let me switch out this hand because I want an open hand and I want a fist as well. So let's slice that open. Pop that in there like so. Like so. Nice. That's what I like, bro. Look at that. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Two fists or two open hands or what? I kind of like to mix it up a little bit. I like the fist and I like the open hands. This way he can grab you and punch you at the same time. Like the old school toys that we used to have back in the day. Remember, we didn't have interchangeable hands. They just came with one open hand and then one fist. Really dope looking Rhino, man. Really like this Rhino a lot. Really nice. Really, really nice. Really solid too. It's not a hollow piece of plastic. Really good looking figure. Alright, so let's move on to one of my custom Batmans. If you guys saw it, never did a review of this one, but I wanted like a black version of this guy. He's a little glossy. I might have to matte him out a little bit, but for now, this is my custom Batman Blackest Night right there. I want him to be black. I did the silver on him. I kept the blue. Add a little bit of the detail to the face. I kind of wanted this to be like tarnished gray, like a silverish blue right there. And he turned out pretty decent. I added some silver paint right there. Still need to do some touch-ups here and there, but awesome figure. I didn't really like him in all gray. That's not how I know my Batman, so I just kind of wanted to do something a little different with this Batman. Still need to do some touch-ups here and there, but nonetheless, he came out pretty decent, if I say so myself. Just a little bit too glossy. A little bit too glossy. So there is Batman, guys. Let's take a look at this Red Skull right here. This is an awesome, awesome Marvel Select piece, man. This is a classic. It's an older one. One thing I love about this Red Skull is back in the day, Marvel Select used to had those horrible ball joint hips. Some figures, Moon Knight, still have those horrible ball joint hips. Why they don't get rid of it, I have no idea. It's the Toy Biz ball joint hips. But it's covered up by his jacket, so obviously this is one of the main reasons why this guy still looks great, is you don't see those horrible ball joint hips. As far as articulation, nothing really in the legs because of his jacket. It's like a solid, like hard leather rubber, or rubber that looks like leather. It's supposed to be leather. He does have knee bend, but there's no point because this is just solid rubber. Arms, they do extend out this way. Bend at the elbow barely, and then he has this amazing looking pistol right there. Nicely done, nicely weathered gun right there. Really dope, man. He does have wrist swivel, and then as far as head movement, there's his head right there, just back and forth, not on a ball joint. It's just, it is what it is. Accept me for what I am, an old, classic looking Red Skull. The detail is just done so nicely right there. Nicely done. Really done. Speaking of detail, I'm going to show you guys my custom Ice King right here. So I never did a review on this guy. I did like a review of the entire wave, but I'll show you some of the custom detail that I did to this guy. So I added a lot of the silver, all the silver on this guy I pretty much added. So there's the silver rivets right there. I painted the silver bear, the silver buckles right there, all that I added, even on the arms right there, if you guys can see that, on his belt all the way around, the buckles. Add a little bit of black on his wardrobe. Here and there, nothing too spectacular. Even the rivets for the buttons, I painted in silver. You go around here, on his icicles, I painted that silver, if you guys can see that as well. Very nicely done figure, man. Great looking figure. Very, very overlooked for some reason. A lot of people passed on this wave. A lot of people didn't pick up this guy. But he was definitely worth the build, and like adding some touches here and there for the silver bear with the horns. Or I think it's a bear. I don't know what creature this is. If you guys know, let me know. I didn't completely do it all silver. I kind of left some of the indications right there, like it's worn on the belt. The bear face, or whatever the hell you want to call it, wolf face with horns, bear face with horns. And so there was my little custom of the Ice King. Really, really dope. Dope looking Build-A-Figure, dope Build-A-Figure. I highly recommend, guys, if you guys are collectors, you definitely will appreciate this figure. Especially when you add a little bit more detail to him. And then a couple of Batmans we've already looked at. We're just going to go through them real quick. The Dark Knight, I did this in the live unboxing. Dark Knight Rises, really, really dope figure. Really slept on. He's a big, chunky Batman figure. Great articulation. McFarlane did a great job with this Batman. The cape. The head sculpt is done so nicely. The Bat logo. You know, I've heard mixed reviews about this guy from other toy reviewers. Some people say he was just a little bit too chunky, a little bit too thick. His head was a little bit too small, but I like how this Batman looks. It's a really, really good Batman figure. If you guys are into collecting Dark Knight figures, this guy is definitely a pickup. And then last but not least, one of the page punchers, Batman right here. Never really did a review on him. Just going to take a quick look at him because we've took a quick look at him before. Waist swivel, very nicely designed Batman. Again, one of my favorite McFarlane Batman figures. I mean, you can do so much with the sculpt. I've seen on Instagram, so many people have colored this Batman suit, whether they grayed it out like the Dark Knight or they blacked it out like the classic Batman. But just overall, I like the green. I just like them as is, bro. The green the dark, like army green, might be a little bit, off-putting. And the big thick thighs, but it's a tactical looking Batman, and the face sculpt is like, ugh. Ugh, like he just ate something horrible. Ugh, what is that? His wife just made him something horrible. Oh, what is that? Ugh, ugh, that chili tastes horrible. But overall, it's an awesome looking Batman. One of the best Batman capes too I think I've ever seen. Just an awesome, great figure. And there was my look at action figures I would never review until now. Let's do an overlook of all the figures that we've looked over. How do you like that?